strike to claim it. A strike to claim it. And he got it!
That is right! I did it! That's number 5! Are you kidding me? That's right! Who do you think you are? I am!
Dude looks like he belongs on Papa Stumpy Lane, am I right, am I right? Like most kids that grew up in the 2000s, I was weaned on PC games before I even got to touch a console.
It can't take a shit!
And at that point, it was pretty much just, you got to play whatever your parents had. Maybe they had a game or two for you, but at the end of the day, it was pretty much just whatever was on the spindle. Oh boy, the 10th slot machine simulator.
No money.
Personally for me, I had 3 games growing up. Frogger, which was awesome.
What the fuck? Look at those shitty graphics.
Cars, Radiator Springs Adventures.
I want this hung by jumper cables.
And my dad had this double pack game with a stupid polar bear on the front. And I later found out that those 2 included games were based on bowling and golf. Today, I'm going to be talking about the bowling one because that's the one that most people care about. And that's the one that I care about, and also because
Fuck golf.
And to preface the impact of this Hawaiian shirt-wearing bum, all we have to do is take a look at Wild Tangent's Wikipedia page, listing off all of their documented games. And just one glance at this, it's a complete nothing burger. There's nothing here at all that sticks out in any way, besides all these polar games, dude. This guy was big. This bear was their Mario. So of course they slapped him on everything, man. Make him bowl, make him golf, play pool, fucking gamble your money away. I don't know, put him on the phone, 2 different screens, play him wherever you want.
This Disney DVD.
If anybody comes up to me on the street and says, dude, my favorite video game franchise is Blaster Ball.
Still playing, Wild Tangent, Blaster Ball Wild Trial version.
I'm hosting the Special Olympics at my apartment!
The main thing that a lot of people also remember this company for was the fact that a lot of their PC software, when downloaded onto the computer, for some reason caused massive slowdowns in the hardware. I mean, at that point, it just sounds like a money laundering scheme, except instead of laundering money, you're laundering polar bears to steal people's IP addresses. Alright, I'm gonna be real with you, I'm already running out of stuff to talk about, so let's just jump right into the game. You know, yeah. Bold statement to say on a video about fucking Polar Bowler, am I right?
A polar bear!
In this bowling video game, we get to play a bowling video game, but instead of balls, we get to use live animals and mythological creatures.
And there is no Queen of England.
I'd say this game is more enjoyable than most other bowling games you can find on the market, simply because you have control of your character once you send them flying down the lane, which allows you to slide back and forth, choose your position, grab power-ups, whatnot, all that kind of cool stuff. Coming for a cool right hook on the bowling pins, that's real cool. But we also have free choice on various things that don't matter at all, like the character you send down the lane or the style of lane you choose to bowl on. Pretty much everybody uses the polar bear no matter what, but there are different characters in the roster to choose from. Each of the other characters is locked behind a certain score threshold that you have to meet, so we might as well just talk about those guys first because the lanes aren't nearly as important. No one cares if you like Candy Lane or fucking Muckluck lanes. Man, this is rough. First up, we got the Walrus. Walrus is fine. I don't know why you'd want to play as the Walrus. That's really lame. It's stupid. Next up, we got the Penguin, who slides down the lane on like a flying saucer dish, you know, trash can lid, whatever the hell. And I hate playing as the fucking Penguin, dude. The Penguin sucks ass. I'm pretty sure every single character in this game has no advantage over each other. I'm sure they all have the exact same hitbox no matter what, but for some reason the Penguin just feels so thin, and the good thing about that is that it gives me an excuse whenever I fuck up. So that way, whenever I miss a strike, it wasn't my fault, it was that fucking bird that I hate. Then you got the Snowman. Not gonna lie, this guy's probably the stupid snowman from Knick Knack. Yeah, because ain't no way this guy pulling anybody. Of course, you got the Eskimos from Ice Age, you know. And the last character on the list is Santa Claus, but I mean, let's be real. Who the fuck wants to play as Santa Claus anyway?
You can just fuck right off, you cocksucker, motherfucker!
I don't really care enough to talk about the extra lanes you can unlock because, again, they don't change anything at all. Papa Stumpy Lane is the best one, and you can fight me on that, even though I know nobody will, because who the fuck knows what Papa Stumpy Lane is? Only me. That's right. Me, not you. As stated earlier, there are a few differences between this game and any other standard bowling game, besides the fact that you can control your character while they roll down the lane. The main game does include power-ups that you can grab as you slide down the lane, and that's the main reason why you're able to maneuver back and forth so that you can grab these items. And there's a total of 4 different power-ups that show up randomly each frame that you can grab while sliding down the lane. The coins just give you extra points, the bombs turn you into a terrorist, The zaps suck ass because every time you get a zap, it never takes a strike. It always leaves you with 1 pin left because the game hates you for some reason, and the vapor just makes pins disappear. All 3 of the main power-ups that do anything to the pins all do the exact same thing. It just looks different. The bomb will give you a strike sometimes, but the other ones usually leave you with like 1 pin, and just the game just tells you to go fuck off.
Cocksucker!
And that's pretty much Playable. There really is nothing else to really talk about in this game. I mean, people really do hold this game in high regard to some cases. Hell, I own the DS version of this game. That's how you know my bed always stays dry. But I remember picking this up at a retro game store, and the clerk started talking about how awesome this game was, playing it when he was a kid on the computer, blah 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 blah. It's bowling, dude. This is one of those games you look back on fondly as a childhood classic, but you never really want to go back and play it because why the hell are you going to go back and play Playable? However, something interesting to note is that the DS developer is responsible for a lot of ports of like really popular games. Everything from multiple Terraria ports to consoles like the PS3, PS4, and Xbox 360, porting the Escapist 2, Little Nightmares, and Into the Breach to the Nintendo Switch. Hell, they even assisted with the re-release of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World the game for the modern platforms as well. And well, as for the legacy of Wild Tangent was bought up by some German company in 2019 and was pretty much just absorbed entirely and likely just works on random mobile games at this point. But the last thing I want to look at is the fact that if you look at Wild Tangent's entire catalog, you'll notice that they were given the rights to make a game on PC to coincide with Shrek 2, which is insane. At the time, this was one of the biggest sequels ever in theaters and broke multiple box office records. So the fact that Wild Tangent was able to secure the rights to make a game on the PC for this was insane. So let's take a look at what could possibly be Wild Tangent's biggest project of their entire history. This is Shrek 2 Ogre Bowler. I hope every person that made this game got laid off.